Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to our regularly scheduled programming. After how long was it? I think it was 1 week. Maybe 1 week I was gone. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe wait, hang on. 2 weeks? I'm not sure. I gotta check. It's um, it's been a while. Been a while though. But I'm back now. So welcome me back. I'm glad to be back though. So yeah, that really I like LinkedIn. So sometimes it can get really with people it can get really bad sometimes, but at the end of the day I kind of do like the platform because it's first of all my main platform, and also like engaging with people on there. It's a little smarter platform. I don't have to be on Facebook or Twitter constantly and just sifting through BS and engaging with just mostly troll stuff. So yeah, I that's why I more so enjoy LinkedIn because it's more professional and stuff. So yeah, that's why I'm pretty much on here, to build that professional brand, and started while I'm still young, and it's been going pretty well, and I've got a lot of praise, because a lot of people say, hey, I wish I did what you're doing right now when I was younger, because now some people regret it, some people could be a little farther in life. So yeah, so I'm pretty settled on what I'm doing, and pretty glad that I'm doing it. And where did my first chat? Yeah, 1 week. Never mind. Yeah, okay. So I was gone 1 week. So I took 1 week of break, and yeah, take care of some personal stuff, and now I'm back. So yeah, so we are. I'm not going to be gone anytime soon, probably. Hang on, let's see. How many live viewers do we have? Still just zero. Perfect. Maybe just my dad and me. Oh no, three. We got one more in there. Welcome everybody. Or that's that third person. Yeah, so it's been quite long. But anyways, um, yeah. So this week's lessons brought a lot of stuff. I mean, I did have one success point, especially on LinkedIn. Um, 2 weeks later, what was it, May 14th to May 21st. I'll actually share that right now. Let's see. LinkedIn, which one is it? Oh, of course it's not. Okay. Let me share this one and share. Perfect. Here it is. So, yeah, we can see it. Awesome. So, yeah, so this was my success. It was my biggest jump in impression since I've joined LinkedIn, basically, and since I've started building it um, consistently, properly, and everything. Because I started posting every day, basically, sometimes even twice a day, and yeah, so the impressions really just went, and I'm especially happy about this because I almost broke 1,000 impressions in 1 day. For me, that's a lot. Just 1,000 eyes on your content in 1 day. It's no. Some people might say, "Oh, but there's people that have 20,000 and 100,000 impressions." Well, for someone small like me, I'm still a nano influencer, so yeah, that's a pretty big number. And then let me compare this. So then I kind of got off. So there's going to be a big drop off here. But then yeah, this is my most biggest impressions here. So yeah, hiatus, and then yeah, start building it. Yeah, it was November here. Around here, I started building it consistently, and then it just went. So I'm glad for that, and so it does pay off. So keep being consistent. Keep for me, recently adopted this new approach that quality is no quantity creates quality. So yeah, to me that's my mantra nowadays. I'm not big into, oh, if you gotta, what was it, post, all these tips tell you, oh, you have to post one insightful article per week, and then it has to have this amount of words, and it has to be the specifics. I'll figure it out on my own, but I think quantity creates quality in the end, because if you're not active on LinkedIn, uh, every day or every couple of days maybe, then you're going to get trampled with by the other people who create content every day, because LinkedIn loves content and they're going to push it, obviously, as you can see with the impressions there, because yeah, they just they want screen time. they don't. LinkedIn doesn't really care about any personal connections. Hell no, they're gonna say, hey, this guy has 5,000, or he's posting every day. He's out there, so we're gonna push him more. His content is pretty interesting, and that's why they push me more. It didn't get actually a lot of engagement, which was interesting to me. Could have like used to have like 300 impressions, and for example 20 likes. These were getting 20 likes and 600 impressions, which was just interesting to see. I don't know if there was a change in the algorithm, but back to my point is, um, you know, they want content because they want screen time, because ads, just like any other platform, people like think, that LinkedIn is like some sort of, it's a different platform. It's more professional, and then it's not YouTube, it's not TikTok, it's not X, Twitter, whatever. Well, it is. Just like any other social media platform, they need ad revenue, so they're gonna want to push as much of it, as much content that'll keep people's eyes on their platform as much as they can, because obviously it makes them the most money. That's what they care about. It's what anybody. That's what pretty much everybody cares about. Like on, especially on LinkedIn. Yeah. So it's all very interesting. But so that's basically my reason for why I don't really follow gurus when it comes to um, strategy and stuff, because you have to figure out your own strategy. Like if somebody posts something about strategy, like he has say 100,000 followers, and you have, oh yeah, how to be successful on LinkedIn and everything and stuff. Well, if that person is in a different industry, for example, right? They're in tech, you're in insurance, let's say, then you're on a completely different playing field. You can't take the same advice. Also, you don't know if they're posting it from the position of how to grow with 100,000 followers, or if they say how I grew 200,000 followers. So that there's that kind of a viewpoint, right? Because you don't know if they're giving you advice. They could be giving advice to other people who have 100,000 followers. As easy as that. So I wouldn't advise following gurus. You have to kind of figure out your own approach. There's some basics, but you can't follow every single step of the way. Like you have to kind of, that's where your human part, as ChatGPT would say, would come in, and you have to intervene and actually make your own strategies. So yeah, so that's my couple of cents on gurus on LinkedIn. And yeah, so as for personal life, came to the realization of a couple of things this week. It's been very interesting, very turbulent, very busy. Let's just put it that way. And if you ever want to start a business, first of all, do not plan. Some basics, maybe, sure, like a strategy. For example, I'm doing outreach, like local outreach to local businesses. So I'm planning like how many restaurants I'll visit, but don't plan the specifics of the specifics, right? Sure, you might have like a little bit of a pitch, but don't be like, oh, and then this pitch is like, oh yeah, do I offer this, and wording, and how much do I offer it for? It'll pretty much come naturally, and the only thing that you have to have is confidence. You have to walk in there and be confident, or walk into a business meeting, or walk into an in-person networking event, whatever it may be. You have to be confident, confident in your offer, for example. Because if you're not confident, if you're there sitting like, I don't know, just wondering, you have to own the room. You have to own the room. If you don't, then nobody's going to listen to you. And if, for example, for me, if I charge $75 for my first short, along with a lot of other stuff, then I'm not going to be taken seriously if I'm not direct, straight. And it's fine also if you stutter. It's not like a big deal. They don't care, especially with me, for example. I'm young, so they're going to understand. But then it doesn't matter. It matters what you offer. It matters the for example, you just have to propose it well. Like videos, they are very important in 2025, because everybody has video. Who's not on the internet is pretty much losing right now, because well, on the internet, on these platforms, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok and stuff, especially among the younger generations, because everybody's on there. There's so much screen time right now, uh, be that TV, be that anything. The point is, everything is digital now, and if you're not on there, if you don't have video, because it's the most important aspect of any business, pretty much. I mean, well, not the most important aspect, but the most important marketing aspect of any business should be video, or should be angled towards that. Unless you're like a copywriting firm, obviously, then it might be text and stuff. But for example, restaurants, then yeah, then you have to have what's it called? You have to have videos, because you want to show off your food, you want to show off how you work, you want to show off your culture, the vibe, the music, the people, the customers who go there, and everything. Because people search you up on Google, what do they see? They see maybe some images of food, maybe something like that, some reviews, okay, but they don't actually get the feel or your approach. They don't see you. They only see literally the storefront, right? They just see that. So that's what I work on with businesses. I try to show how their inside workings, and present it online well, and so that people can actually see them. Like, hey, you've been here 20 years. Now, sure, your regular customers might see you. For example, in my town, Greensboro, it's tourism is pretty big, and also in my college town, Bloomington, tourism. I think it's still big, or at least it used to be huge, because the Route 66 runs through there. So, and no restaurants or businesses market to that. Like they don't address anything. Like, I've never seen anything related to Route 66, one of the most famous roads in America that probably thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, maybe even tourists travel through it. Every year, for example. So that's a lot of business they're missing out on, especially a lot of international people or tourists go on Route 66, because it's cool. But so you need something like that. You need to offer it well, and just you have to obviously solve a problem as well, because if they don't have a problem, if they have everything well and nice, and everything's fine, then they don't really need anything. But still, for the future, every business should invest in video, because if you stay offline, the world is slowly. It's still it used to be rapid, but now it's still slowly more and more moving into online. And as new businesses show up online, right, they will eventually just if they have more reach. For example, if a younger business owner posts video for his coffee shop every day, and an older business owner does not post videos for example, his pub or whatever it might be, then guess who's going to disappear first, right? Because it's a very it's a time game as well. It's not only it's a lot of stuff that goes into that. So yeah, so you have to be online. You have to have a website, for example, and everything. So yeah, and what else do I want to talk about? Yeah, so I've been doing that. I've been working on that, and it's been interesting. I've talked with some people, and yeah, so a lot of people here, fortunately, are pretty open to the idea, and especially younger business owners who already have, for example, established media presence. Um, I basically either offer just to create it for them, to create the video, or just if they have a social media presence, they can just record the videos and send them to me, and I'll really just make them stand out, and then actually make them work, and gain view, bring views and reach in. Yeah, so that's you have to have that, and also start your business where you are right now. Don't plan some basics, like I said, but start now and where you are. Because if you like, oh, I'll wait for a better time, or I'll go there, and then we'll figure it out and stuff. No, you got to start now. And and also don't be limited in it. Don't be like, oh yeah, I'll go to these 5 restaurants who you research 1 hour each, and then you have like 5 hours of research total. You go there and they don't want anything. Well, then what was the 5 hours for, right? So that's where the law of large numbers comes in, right? Because I had took some a little bit of a course on just insurance, health insurance, life insurance, stuff like that. And the insurance industry, for example, works all just on the law of large numbers, and it works the same with business. It's a numbers game, and that's pretty much anywhere you go. You have to have that. You have to have the numbers basically. Otherwise, you're not gonna what's it called? You're gonna pitch five people, sure, very quality leads and everything, but if they don't want anything, then you've wasted time. So why not just go to 20, say, hey, I'm this, I'm doing this, and they say not interested. Well, then you wasted only 5 minutes of your time, because maybe you do some research, like if they have Instagram or stuff like that, and you're trying to improve their social media presence, like I do. And I check if they have Instagram, if they have content on it, like video, and if I see that it's not really, everybody has an opinion on video, but I feel like it's about being consistent, especially. And if they're, for example, doing it one time a week, for example, I can offer them, hey, I'll do it. If you don't have time for it, I'm basically here. I'll edit it for you, some more. You just send me the videos, and I'll just improve your presence. Yeah. So numbers again, videos, just numbers, content, numbers again. Everything just works on numbers. So that's that again. I was looking over always at my phone, because on my phone the comments actually show up faster. There's not a lot of them because we only have 3 live viewers, and one of them is me, one of them is my dad, and one of them is another person. So hello, other person, whoever you might be. I only see you as a number on the screen, so feel free to engage in the chat. Obviously, I mean, typically these live streams used to be a little more, I don't know, active, livelier, because sometimes it would be even like my max was, I forgot, 7 or 8 live viewers at one point, and that was, the comments went by pretty fast, and I do really enjoy engaging with the comments, because it's interpersonal connection, and also there's typically original insights and stuff. Maybe like because I'm looking at it from my own box, and you're looking at me from outside the box, obviously. So you can give me feedback, give me a question, whatever you might have. I'm here. I'm here to answer, and I'll answer pretty much anything. I mean, anything along the lines of AI and tech, and made a lot of videos about that, so I know a lot about it. I've used it since it came out, for example, ChatGPT. So that will be 2.5 years now, almost 3 basically. It's going to be in November. So yeah, so I'm an AI expert, an AI guru, and I'm not. I'm just joking, but I know how to use it, and how to. I'm ahead of a lot of people on this. So, and then yeah, so and also with this local reach out, I'm not only doing that, but I'm also trying to contact marketing agencies with my offer, right? Not like really as as just an editor, but I'm a specialist in platforms, like YouTube and stuff. I've been on there for a very long time, ever since I was 8 years old. I watched tens of thousands of videos, and I know what works. Apologies. I know what works, especially with my generation, so I can bring in a younger viewer base. I can reach younger people. I can reach stuff like that. I just know how to do this. Yeah, and also, yeah, there you go. Saw the comment. Yes, today I'm celebrating 700 subscribers on YouTube. I'm gonna make a celebration post about it. I'm gonna post about it everywhere 5 times today, because that's my biggest achievement. Not joking. I know a lot of people do that though. I know people that have over 10,000 subscribers or 10,000 followers, for example, on LinkedIn, and they post every 100 followers. 13,700, 13,800, 900, 14,000. Each time they post a celebration post, like talk about bringing value. Yeah, that type of stuff does not bring value. So sure, I understand first 100, 500,000, but beyond that, it's like maybe 5, 10,000, and then 50,000, 100,000. But any between the thousand, like between the thousands and stuff, it becomes pointless, right? So yeah, but yeah, so I'm not doing that. I just announced it. Yeah, sure, 700 subscribers on YouTube. Go subscribe right now if you haven't seen it. By the way, I have a lot of content on there, and I'm still posting actively some interesting presentations with it's basically AI generated, all of it, but it's realistic, it's accurate. Obviously, I always check it before it goes out, as I always have. And yeah, so they're interesting topics and interesting lessons too. And I'm about to start posting YouTube Shorts again. So tune in, and don't miss a short because they'll be very interesting. 20 minutes in. So yeah, and one more thing that I wanted to address, kind of, because a lot of people have this, what do I call it? Just everybody wants to say they, have this offer and they offer a product, but they give it out or a sample of it for free. And I kind of understood why you do that. You want to incentivize people to buy, and you want to show your value and everything. But for example, I put this into ChatGPT. I was like, hey, create me a strategy to reach out to, say, 200 marketing agencies and stuff. And what it told me was like, oh yeah, wrote the email out, and basically at the end of it, it said, oh, and I can, at the end of the email, it said I can offer a free sample or something like that. I was like, are you out of your mind? Like, I'm going to create a free sample. Like, if let's say each of those 200 firms wants a free sample or a tailored sample or something like that, I'm going to make 200 separate shorts just to possibly get a shot with them. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And every time I did do something for free, I only got, it's only, I basically just got used, right? Because when you give something out for free, it's always demands, right? You try to give a video out, but it's like, oh, but I want this differently, but I want this differently. Well, that's why I no longer give it out, because then I would have to say, put my foot down and say, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to give you this because, well, but after that, that's just going to destroy your relationship with that person. And, instead of risking that, I'd rather just start off well, and, maybe not even like discounts. Like if I'm, unless I really know the person or something like that, then no. For example, 2 videos for, let's say, 100, or 3 videos, let's say, for $150, I'll do, let's say. And so it starts off, the relationship starts off well. If it starts off based on free, whatever it's called, just a free offer or service that you do for them, you're always going to have you're going to be always on the lower, what's it called, the shorter end of the stick is what you're going to be getting. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, so that's why I don't do free. I did do stuff for free, not only in business, for friends and stuff, and it's always ended up with, oh, can I get more? Can I get more? So and then they're going to start telling everybody, and you're going to get that reputation as well. You're going to get the reputation of, oh, hey, this guy does a free short for you. And if I do it for a guy with 100,000 followers and he refers me, then he's going to refer to me as the guy who does a free short, right? And he reaches out to 1,000 people, and 1,000 people reach out to me. Hey, blah, blah, blah. No, absolutely not, because that's you have to set boundaries. Everybody always talks about setting boundaries. Well, then that's a boundary. No free stuff, unless you're a friend, obviously, or it's something really simple, like maybe one LinkedIn profile tip, let's say. Then I'll give you that, sure, one tip, but I'm not going to sit with you for a full 2 hours, or a free discovery session, whatever they call it. 1 hour, just sitting with your LinkedIn profile, analyzing it bit by bit by bit, telling you what exactly to fix for free. No. Like, sure, I'll give you one tip, maybe 2 tips, but then the rest you'll get in a $99 audit, because I'm not gonna do this for 100 people, because that just, it's 100 hours. It wastes my time. I don't get much value from it, because everybody says that, but I don't think I've ever seen like some client come from some free work that I did. It's always they just come for more, and that's how people are. I don't hold it against them, but that's just how things are. People are very greedy. It has been for literally thousands of years. But so you just got to work around that. You got to be careful with giving out stuff for free. Maybe you'll get someone who's not, maybe the 5% of people who are not greedy, which is obviously rare. And if you're doing large numbers, then best of luck doing all the free stuff. But yeah, so you'll still just get only 5% of the. Say you do 100 hours of work, you'll get 5 clients possibly, and maybe not even retainers. So right, so you just have to set the boundaries and the and the tone of your business relationship with that person right off the bat. Because if it begins with a free whatever it is, you know, like I said, you're always going to get the shorter end of the stick. So yeah, so I refrain from free stuff, and all those who say it, and it's a lot of people, because even since ChatGPT says it, because typically, ChatGPT just regurgitates what the majority of thinking is. Then yeah, I think a lot of people say it too, like, oh yeah, you gotta get free stuff, free stuff, free stuff. Yeah, sure, but you're also kind of, if you're doing it for free, you're also kind of, this other aspect of it, you're depreciating yourself. Because if I give out, oh, actually, I have this $500 service, and I'm giving it out for free. Well, then, they're just like, why are you giving it out for free? Then people become kind of a little suspicious. They're not gonna say anything. They're gonna take you up on the offer, but they're not gonna really see the value, maybe, and they're just gonna change it themselves right back. Because if people pay for the service, they'll see, oh yeah, I actually paid, this is tangible, I paid $500 for it, I'm going to keep it, it's going to work. But if you say it's for free, then not even like just even consciously, but maybe subconsciously, unconsciously, they'll see it like, it's free, this is free stuff, I can just change it because I didn't pay for it. Like I said, it just sets that boundary. So you can't have everything for free. Maybe samples a little bit, like one tip, but not one full short that I'd spend an hour on, and also telling you how to film it and stuff like that. You'll have to pay like $100 for that. If I'm giving you a full strategy session, and I'll look through your content and everything, then yeah, sure, I'll sit down with you for $100, but not for free, because it, like I said, depreciates value. So you don't want to seem like the free guy. Reputation. So yeah, reputation, depreciation. People are just, people are not going to appreciate the work you do for them at that point if it's free. Uh, if they don't pay for it, they don't care about it. They're just gonna change it right back. They're not gonna really listen to it either. They're gonna, oh, you bet, if they pay $500 for that, they're gonna listen. Yeah. So don't give out free stuff, please. Uh, Unless you're, send like if you're a copywriter, maybe you could write like a 50-word something really small like that. Not 30 minutes of, or 30 minutes to an hour of work is too, and obviously anything above is just too much. Yeah, so don't do that. And yeah, 28 minutes already. My throat is kind of itchy now because I don't have any water here, but that's okay. I mean, two more minutes, unfortunately. Not a lot of. I sometimes go longer when people are here and people are engaging, but I guess I'm still kind of throttled on LinkedIn, despite this event having only 46 attendees, because I posted it yesterday. It has 10 likes. It's really surprising because it typically only has like 3, even if it has 80 attendees, let's say, right? So maybe people were excited about me coming back, but then either LinkedIn just doesn't tell them that I'm live or something. It doesn't remind them. I don't know what's going on. Again, this has happened to me 2 weeks ago, right, when I tried to stream, but then in the end it just ended up being a flop, because like I said, I didn't get any views, I didn't get any much comments, so I just ended it actually early. Yeah, so now I've been gone for a week and I learned a lot of stuff. So these are my weekly lessons to you, dear viewer. If you've watched thus far, please do consider following or ringing the bell on my profile, and liking this live stream, obviously, if you happen to stumble upon it. And yeah, well, anyways, to the ones who reposted it, like my dad, James Ebert, and then Derek Espadas. Well, thank you very much for reposting it. Thank you for making me reach another audience and everything. And it's been fun. I mean, I like to talk sometimes, just monologue. I probably can't go 4 hours monologuing. Actually, I did that just 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah, 2 weeks ago on Saturday. Actually, I did 2 4-hour live streams almost. One was with Fabio Moreira, who was a very good guest. I thank you again for that, for being a great guest. And then yeah, then I had a second session and I didn't completely finish it, but then yeah, that was a monologue. So I can actually monologue, but it was very repetitive. I can monologue repetitively for about 3.5, possibly 4 hours or so, but it'd be very unoriginal by the end of it. So you can go listen to it. By the way, it's still up. It's on my events page, so go click on there and tell me what you think of it. Message me, DM me, even. If you need anything regarding video, a profile makeover, or you need a very good podcast guest who's going to bring you serious value. First of all, like a very good story, and then I'm also not. I don't only do that. I also repost it everywhere. I also make promotional shorts for it before, during, and after. Yeah. So if you need anything like that, then feel free to DM me. Tell me what you think. And that was my weekly reflection, or this week's lessons. Of course, 3 different names. I always mix them up. That was this week's lessons. Thank you. My name is Cromwell IV. Thank you very much for tuning in and for listening. And have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a blessed day. And I'll see you next week.